Welcome back, everybody. This is She and I. I am your host, Be Love. And like always, I have my very special host with me,
India Marie.
India Marie, and Be Love, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you need, but you got us, and we are here to stay. This is the best thing to happen on a Tuesday. Well, damn it, since Wednesday. Give it up for yourself right now. India.
That's a new thing you're doing now, huh?
What, giving it up for the people?
No, you said the best thing that happened on a Tuesday since Wednesday. You keep saying that now. You trying to switch it up?
The best thing to happen on a Tuesday since Monday. You know, I get my days mixed up because, once you're quarantined for so long, your days all start to blend in together. So you don't even know what day it is. But listen, I don't want to hold it up because as you can see on the screen right now, we have one of our longtime friends and family members. I'm going to present to everybody right now our sister, Dana Henry. Give it up. Give it up.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. What's going on?
Oh, girl, you know.
So I was going to say, are we
busy.
Introducing why we have Dana on the episode right now?
Of course, what we got. Anyway, I got it from here. Yay, damn. Dana, thank you.
Well, because I didn't know if you were about to go straight into the game and then we're going to do it on the back end or what?
Dana, thank you for coming on the podcast. It's always great to have a familiar face on the podcast episode. Mind you, typically everybody that we have that comes on the podcast, like we know them. They are friends, like we know of them, we know what they do. But to have you on, man, we've been knowing you for shit too damn long. Man, you know what I'm saying? A long time. So it feels great having somebody like you on the podcast.
Well, I met Dana through you.
You did.
So
I changed your life. You met a lot of cool people through me. If it weren't for me, you would not be as cool as you are.
That's a negative.
Shit.
And actually, most of our current friends you met through me.
I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Dana, she's one of our older college friends.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But anyway, so Dana, we have Dana here for a specific reason and a specific task that I'm going to get to in a second. But before I get into why Dana is here, I have to go ahead and play a game. So before we get to the game, let me hit the button. Hope it works. My gosh.
See you night icebreaker. Get to know the best guest.
Dana, I pray to God you can still hear us right now.
I can.
Okay.
Listen, so all right, complete transparency. Y'all already know how I get down. This is a new thing that India and I are going to be experimenting with probably over the next 2 or 3 months. If it works, shit, we're going to keep going with the video route like this. If it doesn't work, Dana, we're going to cut this shit off quick and early. You may be the first and last guest we have on StreamYard if they don't get their shit together. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the game. So my game is all about fun, quick game. India, you already know the vibes. You can answer the questions too. But this game, simply put, is would you rather? Here we go. First question, Dana. You are married. India is married. I'm married. Let's go ahead and get down to it. Would you rather talk to your spouse's parents during a crisis, or would you rather talk to your parents during a crisis situation?
Normally mine.
Only real?
Because they're my parents and they're likely to be my side.
It's true.
Be real.
What you got?
I'm gonna say mine. Well, not my dad. I'm gonna talk to my mama first. I'm for sure gonna talk to my mom first. But it's only because I know that my family has been through so much. Like the crazy list of shit, just like I don't know where it ends and begins. And so I know that whatever I tell my mama, she is not gonna judge what I'm telling her.
See, I'm gonna talk to mine. See, everybody's gonna be impartial with this question. I'm talking to my own parents. I ain't what I'm talking to Indian parents for about a crisis. I'm going through something and I need some help, but it might not be like internally. It could be a fucking earthquake or something. And I know the Indian parents, well, Indy's mom, she's gonna be eating grass like fescue because she want to be healthy. I need to go where some real food is. I can't go to your mama, and ain't no telling Mr. Blake gonna be. Hey, we just don't know. We don't know. All right.
But that's what you need when you're going through crisis. You need healthy food to keep you regulated.
Right.
So don't be trying to shade my mama because she's fixing kale and spinach and stuff.
Right. Because you don't want to be in a crisis and backed up.
No. With your stomach hurting, acid
Right.
reflux, heartburn, everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. If I'm in a crisis, the last thing I'm worried about is they out there the nutritional facts on some food. I'm just trying to eat at that point. You see what I'm saying?
I'm just letting you know, scientifically speaking, if you eat healthy, it helps regulate your nervous system.
Oh, so you're a scientist now.
No,
That's what's
just
up.
facts. Like you can literally go to the internet. Your food regulates your nervous system, the type of things that you eat in your body.
Let me
It
tell
can
you.
feed your body.
Can I say something? Tell everybody something real fast. Ever since India has put these glasses on, she's become an fine arts major. Now, this week she's a chemist. I don't know what she'll be next week. Stay tuned and find out.
Well,
Now,
I was going to ask where you got them glasses from. I like them. They're cute.
My eye doctor. I cannot even think of the name of them, but they are Vera Wang glasses. So
Ooh, okay.
thank you.
all right, so now we about to open up a whole can of worms. Now, Dave. India made me get eye insurance this time. And she was like, hey, the eye insurance, they don't cover the glasses that I want. And I have to put a little extra down. I'm like, shit, it should cover $250, right? Yeah, but they don't cover the glasses that I want. Now I know why. You know,
that's not how it works.
There ain't no lens craft of flames right there.
First of all, last year we didn't have eye insurance, and everything that I have been going through with my eyes, we should be very grateful that I said we need eye insurance this year. Secondly, the insurance covers $250 on their brand of glasses.
Well, next time, get
the
their
insurance
brand.
Glasses be ugly.
Yeah.
I didn't see any that I liked.
So you wearing glasses because you want to be cute, or are you wearing glasses because you want to see?
Honestly, the out-of-pocket expense on the glasses was not that expensive.
I don't want to hear it,
insurance
though.
still
You ain't have
covered
to do that.
$150. I paid out of pocket $60.
You ain't have to do that though. All I'm saying is, if they got something free, get the free stuff.
No.
Nobody trying to hear that. You get what you want. If I gotta wear these glasses for a long time, I'm buying what I want and what I like.
Okay, because I would want me some Versace lens. Okay.
What? Yeah, Versace, Brio Wang, everything with a V. I just want something very free.
And
That's what I
Dana's
want.
fancy anyway.
Yeah, I'm like a fancy bitch. I try to look all earthy and going on, but no, I really like the fancy shit.
Yeah, she likes the finer things. So you talking to the wrong person. She ain't on your side when it comes to that.
I know the vibe. Then you got my boy Marcus out here driving the pickup truck, but he got a nice pickup truck though. And we ain't gonna talk about
I
that.
say he driving a pickup truck, but it's
Right.
top of the line.
It's top of the line. So
Well,
my boy out here.
So he buys for utility because that pickup truck
That's all I'm about to say.
for this one was like 25 years old. Like it takes him forever to buy a new car, but he always wants me in the nice things, because I mean he is bougie now. But
He is.
hey baby.
I love it. I love it.
All right, now let me get to the next question. Now, this is a question about adventure. I don't know why, what made me think of this question or why I wrote this question down, but would you rather go skydiving with your spouse or your significant other, or would you rather go bungee jumping? And you got to pick one of them. You can't say neither. Dana, what you got?
Well, Marcus would probably want to skydive. I don't want to do either, but he would want to skydive. So I guess I'll just have to do that. I would hate all of it though. I don't like heights like that. So,
No, I wouldn't do either, but I would definitely skydive before I bungee jump. Like the thought of just coming up and down on a string, just like
no. And it reminds me of where, Hillary, will you marry?
yeah.
Out of there. Out of there. And you said something that reminded me of something else. You said, I don't want to jump up and down on the string. Well, I'll be damned. I actually do. I'm cool with bungee jump. I would bungee jump before I'm skydiving because listen, skydiving, air and earth. You got a parachute, but see with the bungee, I got something that's gonna yank my ass back up.
So you're just afraid like it won't work, like when your time to pull. Oh, okay, I understand that.
Because if the shit, you only got one shot. If it don't work, God forbid. But I know that they have the people attached to the back of you, so I know that for sure.
I'm gonna say I would do it with someone else, like me attached to a professional.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just go skydive. Like, no.
No, I'm not. First of all, I don't like adventure like that. Like Marcus, he wants to do all that silly shit, but I like to chill.
I was about to ask that next to it. It was kind of my last and final question, so I get right to it. So you said you like to chill. Let me ask you a question about chilling then. Here we go. Would you rather go out to eat every day or cook one big meal that you guys can enjoy every weekend and just let that meal carry over?
Well, we meal prep now, so I guess it's going to be...
Really?
Yeah, I cook a lot on Sundays. Like I'm cooking about 3 or 4 meals for lunch for a couple of nights. So I don't have to cook for a few days. So I guess I'm already doing B.
You gotta help me, girl. Give me the grocery list.
Listen,
because I just do not eat. For one, I don't like cooking. Like I genuinely
struggle.
It's not my favorite, but I will cook and I can cook.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time like with the grocery list. Like I just be like, I don't even know what I'm shopping for right now. So just give me your grocery list.
I will. And I love grocery shopping. I love to cook. I love all that stuff. But I'm a Cancer. We're a little domestic Martha Stewart.
I can't wait to get into what we about to talk about. I was about to ask. Let me tell you. So it was funny. I was listening to another podcast right before we started recording this podcast.
Yeah.
And their podcast, one of the homies on the podcast said their dad uses 7 pots to cook one meal. And I heard her chuckle because she will use 7 pots, 12 forks, 10 knives to cook one thing. I come in the kitchen and then I ask a question like, does it take all of that? She gets automatically upset. Like, what's wrong? She gets so defensive. And all I did was say, damn, you made one piece of toast and it took you 7 pots, 12 forks, and 10 knives to make one piece of toast.
If you're not cooking the food, don't have no complaints. You don't cook.
I need to start cooking.
And not only do you not cook, you don't grocery shop. You don't go to the store for nothing.
Listen.
So don't be talking about my processes.
If I go to the store, it's going to take me a long time. I need the GPS in the store. All right? GPS me.
And honestly, Indy, you don't want him in that store. Okay. I said Marcus when I was home with an infant. Like he brought back some shit I didn't even know was it. Like I had in my life so much effort to get everything wrong.
See? I like that. That was pretty smart. But guess what? He got everything wrong so great that you're going to ask him to go do it again. And that's what you got to do sometimes.
For little things, but I won't send up with a whole list anymore.
You can't do it. It just won't work. It just won't work. Well, anyway, thank you, Dana, for playing the game. And I love it. Had a good time. Had a good, quick 3 questions in and out. But now we're about to get into the meat and the potatoes. And you said something that I want to get to. But before we get there, let me hit the button again. Here we go.
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
Yes, sir. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast. It's all about India and Dana. I'm getting the hell out of the way because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
We don't have to get. I don't know a lot, but that's why we have Dana on here so that she can educate and let us know.
We'll get into it.
Dana is. What would you call yourself? Would you call yourself an astrologer, or you're just a person that studies astrology right now?
Well, I'm a student always, but I have now become, I guess, comfortable calling myself an astrologer.
Okay. So I don't even know how I found that out. I feel like we were at a wedding.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Dana and I have always had like some conversations. Some kind of way we've always ended up, it would be me and Dana just having like very random, but very personal conversations.
Like some hearts are hearts. Like we get into it. Like,
yes. And so I feel like Dana is like my soul sister for real. Like we had to have known each other in past lives because we just connect. And I think we were at a wedding and you were like, I read astrology, right? And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Tell me more.
The nipples got hard.
Oh,
astrology.
She was like, I know how to read charts. And I was like, what do you read mine? Please help me out. What do you need to read my chart? And so I went, found my birth time. And then I don't know if Baird and I were struggling with something at the time or if I was just
every
curious.
day.
I honestly think I was just curious because it was it was like we were talking about podcast stuff and I was like, yeah, I want you to read our charts. So let's dig into that.
Hold on. You're going too fast. Before you get there, I gotta ask a question. I gotta ask Dana a question. What got you into astrology in the first place? Like it had to have been something that brought you to the point of astrology.
Well, I will say that the first time I ever picked up an astrology book was 2008. The book was called Black Love Signs by Thelma Balfour. And I bought it because I was in a relationship with a guy that I was trying to fill out, see what was what. And so I just started reading it. And when I read the whole book, I think I read it a dozen times until the book is tore up now. I got it now. I have it actually. I went back and bought it just for sentimental sake. But I read that and then I put down astrology after that, because you make babies, you form families, you get married. And then back in 2016, was it 2015? It was about 4 or 5 years. I would say 5 years ago.
Okay.
Started just digging around and stuff. And I hooked up with this girl named Ashley Johnson out of Chicago, who is a business astrologer.
Nice.
We got to talking and I just started studying and taking classes and reading books and going to webinars.
Everything.
And just hooked.
Yeah, it's dope though. It's all it took. I like the fact you said you put it down, then you picked it back up, but then you hooked up with somebody like almost a mentor or a study partner, but whatever the case is, like that's dope.
But I was going to say it came naturally.
Yes, it did.
To you as well.
It did. I started picking stuff up very easily. And it's weird because, a lot of people can't keep up with signs. What is it, a water sign? Is it this? Or
Lord have mercy.
And I automatically knew all that stuff before I even got with Ashley.
Okay.
I just had a very good general knowledge. And then when I start looking at the charts, which is crazy, I just started picking up the patterns and the aspects, and it came very naturally to me. And I think because it has a lot of numbers in it, people don't realize astrology has a lot of math, and I love numbers. So
you're an accountant, right?
I am a financial manager.
Financial manager. Okay, I was going to say I knew you did something with numbers, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yes. So it has numbers, lines. It's like geometry almost. So, and
it's funny you say that because you say you were dating somebody, you went and got this book to study the relationship, and it's funny because when Baird and I first started dating, I just looked it up. I was like Leo, Capricorn, compatibility, just basic stuff, and everything I was reading was so negative, and I just stopped reading it because I really liked him, but I was like, this thing saying we're not compatible at all, and I was like. But like now in hindsight, I was like, I should have dug more into that so I could figure out why exactly we weren't compatible. Yeah. So I should have done a little more research.
I should have ran.
Because you're a Leo, Barrett's a Leo. You're a Cap. And y'all have the same exact sun signs of Barack and Michelle.
President child over here. You understand me? I knew I had a little president in me. Barack is, I think, August 7th or something like that.
August 4th, yes.
4th, yeah.
And he is a Leo. She's a Capricorn. And I think in her book, I read her book was so long, so there's a lot of detail in there. But I think she had issues with him being just so relaxed. Like, and nothing seemed to matter, even though, as you see, he achieved greatness.
Right.
Oh, and then, her being a Capricorn, she about that business. Okay. She's got ambitions. She's got shit to do on a list.
Yeah.
But they made it work.
Yeah.
I feel like Capricorns, we're just rigid.
Yeah.
Like we have a hard time flowing.
Man, listen. I wrote a question down because, see, I always like to be prepared, when we have guests on the podcast. So I did write a question down. Before when India told me that Dana was coming, I said, oh, shit, let me go look up some damn astrology. So I went to look it up, and I went to, let me write, where did I go? I went to astrologyanswers.com. And I said, let me see these damn charts that they keep talking about, right? And on those charts, Leos are probably the best people ever, because on those charts, Leos are
spoken like a true Leo, right?
Let me get done.
Love themselves. If they don't love you,
love me some me. But when I went to those charts, I'm like, damn, man, Leos, man, we get along with everybody except Capricorns and Virgos. And I don't even know what a Virgo is or what a Virgo does. I don't even know what a Virgo like.
Charity is a Virgo.
Yeah, Charity's a Virgo.
Girl.
You got some male friends that are Virgos.
Okay. See, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
But see, that makes sense too, because Charity and Philip is a Leo.
Yeah.
And I'm a Leo, and Indy is a Capricorn, and Charity's a Virgo. And I don't think we get along with Indy and Charity that well at all. I could probably go out on a limb and say on a regular basis, we don't get along with these people at all. We're just married to them, So
it literally feels like our marriages are mirroring each other sometimes. It's just like Barrett and Philip are literally like the same people.
Leo men, I tell you what, okay. And
So
I love for y'all Leo men. Y'all something else, okay?
So I know you pulled our charts. I want you to tell us some interesting things
Okay, so
about our charts.
I have y'all's charts right here. Let's see. Can y'all see that? Hold on.
Yes.
Yep. Do it again. Man, Dana, I ain't gonna lie. They look like some goddamn hieroglyphics. You understand me? It look like some shit that I ain't never seen before.
And I downloaded that app you told me about, time passages, and I be looking at that stuff like I don't know what I'm reading, what I'm looking at.
I ain't never seen that. You know what?
And Barrett, I don't know if you can see this. I'm
Yeah.
hold it right. If you can look deep in your chart, you see this triangle.
Mm-hmm.
That means you have a grand trine. Okay, a grand trine is an aspect where things come easy in some area. Well, one area you have a grand trine in is fire, meaning that you can come up with an idea like ain't no telling how many ideas you got in that treasure chest. You know what I'm saying? And you can do it with passion too. Like it's a lot of passion behind those ideas. So I like that about. And I actually, India had me pull your chart some years ago.
Damn, y'all been spying on me, love?
We have. And I liked your chart. I was impressed with your chart because you are supposed to be in the spotlight. Like you doing things like this is chasing your destiny. You have this aspect called the midheaven.
Man, that's scary. I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to go ahead and be perished today with the midheaven. I don't want to be midheaven. I want to be mid-earth.
And it's actually just a cute word for your public career, things like that. And your sun is sitting like right on it. Mm-hmm. And you're a Leo. Mm-hmm. You're in a spotlight. You're supposed to be like
this.
Yes. Yes.
Give me some of that.
Yes. And India's chart. Let's see here. Let's pull it out. And you all, but hold on. Before we move to India's chart, you are.
Your hair is flowing, girl. It's bouncing every time you move to the camera. I'm like, damn.
Man, no, I'm just playing on you. But but you are a Leo sun, an Aquarius moon, and a Scorpio rising.
Then I gotta stop you right there. Now, why I gotta be 4 and 1? I thought it was like so I'm 3 and 1.
Jesus
You know what I'm
Christ.
saying? So I'm a Leo, but I'm mixed. I'm mixed.
Everybody, and I don't think people realize this because there's so much emphasis on your sun sign, but everybody has every sign in their chart somewhere. Now, some signs may have more emphasis than others, but every sign lives in your chart and lives in you. But it just depends on where your planets sit, how many of your planets are in one sign. Like, for example, I'm a Cancer, but I have like 5 planets in Sagittarius. Again,
I'm like, okay, cool. What does that mean?
And I was going to say, and I'm a Capricorn to my core. I got a bunch of planets in Capricorn.
Yes, you have 4
Mm-hmm.
planets in Capricorn. Like, and so like people could see me as a Sagittarius before they see me as a Cancer. I didn't tell them I was a Cancer.
Okay.
I'm loud.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. I can be very brash. That's a Sagittarius. Okay. Like through and through. Okay. And I'm not polite when it comes to, my word usage. But
Kayla is a Sagittarius.
Oh, is she like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She just say what come to her mind, and I just be like, girl.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I have some other aspects, but we'll get into that in a moment after I'll bring up Barrett's Mercury.
Oh, I gotta stop you right there. What do people say? What do people mean when they say Mercury's in retrograde? Am I in retrograde right now?
We're in retrograde right now. Mercury is in retrograde right now.
Yes.
What that mean?
Mercury is retrograde right now. What that means, the planet is spinning backwards from our vantage point. It's not really spinning back. It's just from Earth's vantage point. And so when that happens, things can be delayed. Mercury rules communication. So normally technology goes on the fritz. You might misinterpret what someone says. Your computer may down you.
These microphones didn't work when we first cut this damn shit on.
Yes, like that. That's Mercury retrograde for your ass. Okay. Yeah, but your Mercury and it rules communication, so it rules how, like, whatever your Mercury sign is in is how you communicate with others. So like I'm a Mercury and Leo. I talk with my hands.
Okay.
Mercury and Leo people, we talk with our hands. We talk loud. We want to keep it light. We want to tell a story. We want to entertain folks, okay? And that's your Mercury too, Barrett.
Really?
Yeah.
See, Dana, look, that's why we get along, because every time I'm around you, it's a good time. We kick it every time we together.
But India has a Mercury in Sagittarius, okay? And her Mercury in Sagittarius, she has big ideas. She wants to talk truth. She wants to talk, religious, spiritual things, abstract thoughts. She wants to, talk political sometimes, maybe, issues, real things. Sagittarians like to do. But Sagittarius and Leos, that's a compatible thing. So this podcast is actually good for y'all. Y'all bounce off each other. Y'all Mercuries are compatible with each other.
While the love might not be compatible, the podcast is always here for you all.
Yeah, like seem incompatible, but y'all have compatible things in your chart that work.
I like it.
Yes. Because India is a Capricorn sun, Scorpio moon, and a Gemini rising. Okay. And
Gemini crazy though, huh? I dated a girl, she was a Gemini. That's why we ain't even together right now, because really, she was, she wasn't even that. I'm gonna shoot her some bill. She wasn't really crazy. It was just, we dated when we were younger and I had to move on. Shout out to her, but it is what it is. She cool,
She was a Gemini.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. I don't want to say was. People might think she passed away, because I did date a girl who passed away. So I wanted to separate. I think she was a Gemini too. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Oh man. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Dad. I appreciate it. I was like 16, 17. I was 18. I was 18.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate it though. Yeah.
Yeah, Gemini's, yeah, they something else. But for India, and she's not a Gemini sun, so it doesn't work like, say, a Kanye Gemini.
Mm.
You know, she just knows how to keep a lot of balls in the air at one time. As soon as I said that, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I ain't gotta say nothing. You see it.
She knows how to juggle. Again, that still came out kind of correct. But you know, she knows how to multitask.
Okay.
I have a lot of ideas at once.
Yes, your ideas come, you know, just falling in as well. So it works for you.
Nice. All right. I got another question for you. What about those people? This ain't really got nothing to do with us and our signs. What about those people who are born like right on the cusp of a day? Like, I think the Leo's in on August 22nd. And I'm like, So what if my birthday was on August 22nd? And then I'm like, damn, I'm a Leo and a Virgo mixed. I'm a mix, super mix. Can that happen?
No.
Okay.
I think the thing with cusp, people think if they feel like they are, like, I'm born July 21st.
Oh, you're a cusp too.
Yeah, so to some people, oh, she seems like a Leo. Well, I have Mercury in Leo. That's why I seem like a Leo.
Got you.
But you're either 0 degrees Leo or you 29 degrees Capricorn. I mean, Cancer. You're not.
Okay.
There, because it is mathematical. So you're not going to sit in between a sign. If you do have a characteristic of the sign, it's because you probably have another planet in that sign.
Dang, girl, you good. Because people, I be seeing stuff, girl, that was good. Math rules everything around me. Cream.
So how important do you think it is to consider someone's sign before dating them?
You know what? I used to say very important, but now I don't think it's as important. As long as, you know, there's red flags in charts. But I don't think just because I'm dating, like me as a Cancer wouldn't work with a Gemini. Just using that example. I wouldn't just dismiss a Gemini because I know we're not compatible.
Right.
Could be many other aspects in the chart that lends itself to our compatibility. You know, I feel like you got to just let it flow. And I know astrology is now getting hot again and people are really getting into it. And one thing I advise people who are single to not do is don't go pulling this right when you don't. And people do it. Okay. You'll be surprised how many times I'll get a chart of somebody randomly like, I met this guy and he is, look, you just met him. Okay.
I was going to say, first of all, you got to know what time they were born to get their charts. Why do they even know that information already?
They will ask. Okay. And more power to you. If you want to know what you're getting into ahead of time, do what you need to do. But I just like things to happen organically. You know, and it's nice to look back at, you know, to look at it while you're in the relationship to see how you move once you're in there. I do not promote looking at a chart ahead of getting to know someone. You know,
I think that is like the fine line between using tools like astrology, but then also waiting for God to move.
Yes.
Through you, like, don't jump the gun because you're supposed to, you know, learn this lesson. So don't do too much.
Exactly.
Now, that brings me to a hell of a question. Ooh. Is there a world where astrology, science, however, and religion can mix in this type of space where we have people who are 100% like, I'm not reading no charts because I'm all about reading my Bible, or vice versa? Is there a world? Because I know you go to church and everything. Like, we went to church together a few times. So is there a world where they can coexist?
Yes, I believe so, because for one, who created the moon, the stars, the planets? Who placed them in such a way to act so intentional in the sky? God.
Right.
So, of course, we're not to worship these things. We're not to
Right.
these things, as our religion. But God did give us tools so that we can be divine here on earth. And I think it just gets misinterpreted.
Yeah.
And I'll even pull out Bible verses that say, hey, I gave you signs, I gave you seasons so you could use them.
Mhm.
Genesis, I can't recall the exact verse, but I got it highlighted in my Bible. But, like, we have these tools, we have so many signs around us. If it's not the planets, then the birds in the air, the winds.
Yeah.
I view everything as a God-given tool,
Yeah.
and so I think some people just misinterpret what this is, and so that's why they're like, oh, that's the devil's work. The devil didn't do this. Okay, quit giving
Right.
the devil so much credit. The devil did not create things. Okay.
Speaking of Philip, you sound like me and Philip have these in-depth conversations about science in the Bible. Sometimes we be going on hikes and everything, and he even brought up the fact that, like, bro, how do you think science got here? And he will go on a whole tangent on how science meets religion and how things work. But it every time sounds exactly what you just said. Like, how do you think the sun and the stars and everything got? Like, how do you think man got the knowledge to do this stuff? So
Right.
Well, it's kind of like I was saying, or I think my mom came to visit and she saw like I have like sage and
cards,
incense and Palo Santo, like
everything.
it's like aunt church thinks that sage is for non-believers and people who worship the devil and all this kind of stuff. And I said, well, listen here. I said, who do you think put the sage here?
Mm.
I said, and the three wise men, what did they carry? Frankincense.
Frankincense, gold, and myrrh.
Right. They had oils and herbs. They were doing the most back then. Okay.
Bring it to old baby Jesus like this marching too. The little drummer man, drummer boy.
And I literally use frankincense oil now. Like when I have aches and pains, like I usually pull out my frankincense.
Dude, the three wise men had 11 herbs and spices. They weren't making chicken. Okay. They were using the stars to find the Christ. Okay. So, I mean,
there it is. And listen.
And
so
Easter is a holiday that still follows a full moon. Like that's why it moves every year, because it's following a full moon every year. And so it's called the Paschal full moon. And whenever that full moon happens, Easter's right after that. And that is why it's a movable holiday. But Christians don't want to go into all that. Okay. It's a whole lot of astrology up there too. Okay.
Damn.
Well, it don't. But it doesn't. I could be wrong, but don't Catholics still use
the Mayan calendar? I'm lying. I don't know. I'm just talking.
No. It's something with them. It's with one of their like traditions or whatever. Something probably with them still using frankincense and myrrh, like them burning it. But I don't know the reason. But I think they still do that in the Catholic Church.
They probably do. Okay. They probably.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
If they weren't cooking chicken.
Popeye. Oh, baby, I got Popeyes and God. All right.
Okay. So and it's still a struggle because I come from a very religious background. My parents are devout Baptists, and we're in the church. We go to a Baptist church now, and people are becoming more open-minded. But I try to make people understand this is not devilish. I'm literally just measuring the sky that God created. That's all.
That's it. I got a question for you. Go ahead. You about to get into something.
I was going to say, so when your husband found out that you did this, studied astrology, read charts and all those things, what was his reaction to it?
He was, of course, Marcus is, he where the money resides, So he wanted to know, can you read a chart that's gonna tell me how to make more money? That's all he care about. Can you read for Henry Contractors?
There it is.
What's a good launch date for this? That's what he cares about.
But you can.
Yeah, I can. Because with things with you, we've looked at dates for when you've launched stuff. So, but yeah, so he didn't really mind that. He had more issues when I had like stuff like, I got a little ancestral altar over here. Actually, I'm like staring right at it, and he's like, you try to bring dead people in our house, like they did.
I was going to say some people might be confused about an altar. So
yes, so that's something that he's still like, baby.
This ain't for me, coach. It's not for me.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
But it's just your sacred space. I mean, I technically have one that I use every morning. Yeah. There's no ancestral.
I got one that I use too. It's called a bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Sacred place.
No.
Well, I mean, they do call it the porcelain god.
I was gonna say it's my tray that I have my deck, my crystal, all that stuff on. I don't have an ancestral one because I actually don't know who my ancestors are, and it's been very hard for me to trace who they are.
I understand, but you can even use like anyone that's passed on before you. They're now ancestors.
Yeah, I know, but I've been a little scared.
Oh, I understand
that.
And right now, all I got is both my grandparents. That's all I have in mind. But Marcus, he's like,
yeah, I'll be scared too. Be scared. I'm scared y'all finna put some voodoo on my boo-boo. You know what I mean? I'm nervous.
I think I would rather wait. Like our house, I don't have a sacred space in this house. Like there's just not enough space for it.
Oh.
So our next house, I'm gonna make sure that I have, my own space.
The lady.
The only place I get to do my rituals is in the bedroom, and I would like to not have to do them all in where I sleep.
I have my lady lair, which was the guest room, but I mean, who hosting guests in a pandemic?
No, listen.
But lady, and that's where I keep all my stuff, and all my books and all my other, odd and ends that Marcus does not want to look at. But he does not mind the chart reading.
Nice.
Okay, loves it as long as it tells him,
Yeah.
He all about.
I got another question for you then. I'm gonna just turn this whole podcast into the Be Love show right now. And the Be Love and Marcus show. Here we go. How long have you and Marcus been together total?
What the year is this?
2021.
So we met in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, we met in 2009. Got married in 2012.
That's right. And got how many? Got two babies.
2 daughters, Savannah and Chloe.
See, shout out. Now, I just want to bring everything back. That's why I said it's going to be the Be Love and Marcus show, because I'm about to brag on Marcus. No, that's pretty dope. I always like to ask that question to our guests too. Let people know, give it a little insight into how you and Marcus in the household react to one another.
I have a question. So when you and Marcus are at odds,
go
to the charts when y'all are at odds?
Not anymore. I did go through his chart in the beginning, just to figure out, how he is. And what we found out is that our Mercuries are exact opposite. Like they are complete opposite at the exact degree. Like a 14-degree Mercury in Aquarius, I'm a 14-degree Mercury in Leo. So our communication styles are okay. I will argue with him about the subject at hand, and he will say, well, what about this? What about this? Like he brings it up, and I'm like, how does this? I get so pissed off. And I hate to say it, and I told Marcus that I hate to admit this. His Mercury is the better Mercury. He has Mercury in Aquarius, which is exalted, which means that Mercury acts best in that sign.
Damn. I knew my man was exalted.
And then I have Mercury in Leo, which is in its fall, which means that Mercury it struggles there, you know. Only because Mercury and Leo people, we can be a little brash. We tend to talk over folk. You know, we could be some rude people, you know, and we don't mean to be. We just really want to get it out. You know, we're so passionate about what we got to say. And we're like, I don't want to lose this, you know, so let me get it out. I don't care if I'm getting it out right over what you're saying. Let me get it out of my mouth, you know. And so with Marcus, like,
he's talking about this man right here.
Yeah. But Marcus, his Mercury in Aquarius is always, you know, up here. You know, when we're all, you know, maybe focusing on one thing, a Mercury and Aquarius person, they see everything. You know, they are a bird's eye view type of person. I can respect that. But boy, the arguments we have.
Now, have y'all took those things and learned how to communicate better with each other? Like looking at your chart, can you take the stuff inside of your chart and use that to an advantage in your relationship?
Yes. I think a good place people should look at for their compatibility is Venus and Mars, those two planets in their charts. Because Venus rules, you know, attractiveness, how you love, how you romance people, the aesthetic, you know. Mars rules your passion, your drive, how you are between the sheets. So
how many Mars?
I was going to say, I want to know what our Venus and Mars is in. You don't have how many. You have one Mars.
I got at least 5 Mars.
Boy, Bear, you greedy.
I got at least 5 Mars. 5.
Well, here, who's this? Okay, this is Barrett's. Barrett's Mars is in Capricorn, and his Venus is in Libra. Okay, Venus and Libra. You a flirty, Nick. You a flirt. Okay?
Is he not? And when I say he is a flirt,
you want women to like you, and not necessarily for you to like them back. You just like to be liked.
I just want to be liked. That's it. Everybody should want to be liked.
I don't care about being liked.
I do.
Yeah, Venus and Libra does, especially Venus and Libra. Man, y'all flirt. Y'all just like
attention.
Yeah.
Handshake, got a hug.
Like y'all dress well. You know, y'all like to be in social circles. You know, that's a Venus and Libra. Mars and Capricorn, you a slow and steady wins the race there. You know, and I ain't trying to figure out business, but yeah, you got longevity, sir.
And I will tell you, in my old ripe age, I have been, you know, tend to lasting a lot longer than I did when I was a little bit younger, you know. But now, boy, I ain't no quick pumper no more. I'm a slow roller now, boy. I'm telling you. Used to be a fast rabbit hump. Now it's one of them slow turtle strokes. I'm telling you. It is though. I don't know what happened. It's like for real. Some, you know, they say you get old, good stuff. So I don't know what happened. I can. It's a mind thing. I get in that thing and just be lounging.
Well, you know, sometimes, especially in your youth, you know, sometimes you just trying to get to the end. You know, it's just a means to an end. Okay, yeah. You feel me? You know, sometimes you ain't trying to be there long. You know, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Because
you're preaching.
You know, so and it just be like that. So maybe that's why you just now getting into your Mars.
I am.
You care now.
Yeah.
You married. You know.
You're right. Back in the day, I'm talking about Mars is so far away. I had to take about SpaceX to get there. Now I'm there. I'm taking the Mustang right up to the place.
Well, India's Mars works with your Mars because her Mars is in Taurus. Okay. So while you slow and steady and ready and you know, last, and she like, you know, let's get into the senses. Let's get into the 5 senses. Let's make sure that we are here to see, hear, smell, touch. Okay. She wants to be in the moment with you.
Okay.
That works. Okay. And her Venus is in Aquarius.
That thing wet. You know what Aquarius mean? Aquarius mean water.
Okay. So a Venus and Aquarius person, they have quirks. And of course, Venus is not supposed to speak to your sex drive. That's Mars. But Venus and Aquarius, you have quirks. You want to be different. You don't have to go with the crowd. You prefer to, chart your own path. You don't want to be the fashion. You don't want to follow fashion trends. You want to set them. That's a Venus and Aquarius type person. They know how to detach. They don't like to, if they don't need to, they can remove their feelings and see things more objectively.
Okay.
Than,
See, the thing is, with all that being said, the Venus and Aquarius thing,
I was gonna say,
you don't have a lot of
there.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of quirks in the bedroom. She's just running the mill. You know what I mean? I'm just playing. Go ahead. She about to get upset.
She gonna
get no quirks. And then you don't like to go with the flow because I ain't seen you do a busted challenge or a silhouette challenge yet. I've been waiting. You ain't even did it for me. You know what I mean?
I still got a lot of Capricorn. That's what India's got, a lot of Capricorn. You're not gonna catch a Capricorn in a busted challenge. Okay, you're just not. Okay, because first of all, they got a brand to mind. Okay, you know a Capricorn who don't have a brand. You know what I'm saying? Even if the brand's in their head, okay, they got a brand, okay, and they're like, this is against my brand, okay. Busted challenging and silhouette moving and jiggling when I'm over here got business to handle.
The silhouette, yeah, the silhouette just ain't hidden like they're busted, but the silhouette that's all right though.
Yeah.
If you're into that.
Yeah. So
the challenges are cute. They're cute.
Yeah, they're cute. I like the busted chloe. Don't get me wrong.
I definitely prefer the busted challenge over the silhouette challenge.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page there.
Busted challenge a lot better. And like Chloe Bailey, let that thing, girl. I mean,
girl, when I say that thing is thangin'.
Yes. Thangin', okay. And the only reason I can't do busted challenge because I don't have enough WD-40 for these knees, baby. Y'all gonna mess around. I'll bust it all over the floor.
Dinah said, look, catch me 5 years ago. I would have had you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. But now I gotta oil the ankles up, gotta take some pre-workout, gotta pop an Advil.
Listen, y'all don't believe, Dinah. They got a whole gym in their garage and they be working out like two. I'm talking about, listen, this couple is the fit couple right here for real though. So don't believe her.
We are, but nah, I can't bust a challenge, okay?
Well, Morgan said, I'm gonna bust you, challenge.
Okay.
Indeed.
I love watching them.
Yep. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
But no, look, I just thought it was interesting because you literally just said, based on our charts, he loves to be the center of attention. He loves the people, and I'm just fine by myself. Ain't nobody got to see me.
No. Venus and Aquarius, and especially you're just you going to your own beat,
Yeah.
And you're like, if they want to fool with me, they can, and if they don't, oh well.
Just keep it moving, just like that. Now let me ask you this. I'm sorry. This is probably my last question. You got something else? I got one more question to ask.
It depends on what you about to ask.
Now, it's got nothing to do with us though. Now, can your charts also dictate like your friend relationships too? Like me and India, I'm sorry, like me and Philip, like we cool, it's my guy, like, and we both Leo. So does that kind of the way you react with your friends, can that have a direct correlation to your signs as well?
Yes.
All right.
I always, like, for example, me being a Cancer sun, I keep a lot of earth sign friends around, like Capricorn friends or Taurus friends. Man, this sun's starting to hit me. Yeah.
No, but it's hitting you just right though.
Like
coming through the blinds.
Because the sun's starting to set over here. But you can have compatibility in your friendships. And I noticed with a few of my friends, because my core friend group, we have 2 Tauruses, 2 Cancers, and 1 Aquarius.
Okay.
And so I can see the similarities between me and my Cancer friend in the group, and me and then the 2 Tauruses, and then we got this here that she kind of, she's in our group, but like she always has a different perspective than everybody else.
Just want to just be dare to be different. Just want to just be there to be a contrarian.
Yes, and which is fine, That's what makes, but it's just interesting to see the dynamic there, because everybody is so different. And I love Capricorns as friends. Okay.
Yeah.
Relationships. But as friends, I love Capricorns because we are opposites, zodiacs, like Capricorn and Cancer are zodiac opposites. And so we have common goals, common, things. We both want security. We want both like a good life. We just go about getting it a different way. So I like, my Capricorn friends because we have the same values. We just may go about it, totally different ways. And I like to, bounce that off my Capricorn friends sometimes, because they may have solutions that I don't have.
Yeah.
So I do.
I was gonna say so my two best friends, one is a Gemini and one is a Taurus. So I think we got a good balance. Because we are all very different.
Yeah,
we're all very different.
Group right there, like.
Yeah. And then I've always, I didn't realize this until recently. I've always been drawn to Sagittariuses and Scorpios.
Huh.
And then I realized that all of the women that I have like girl crushes on are Scorpios.
Oh my God.
Like Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah.
Sierra.
You
she is a freak. I forgot she was a
You looking up your girl crush's birthdays. That's
no,
nasty.
it's just like when their birthdays come, I'm like, oh, they're Scorpios.
Yeah.
And I'm actually friends with, a few Scorpios as well.
Yes. And I don't know if y'all realize this with Scorpio people. And it'll make sense now, but they have these eyes, piercing, and like Scorpio's eyes are the most piercing eyes.
I'm gonna pay attention to it now.
Look at Tracy Ellis Ross. Look at Sierra. Look at look at your Scorpio friend, India, and they have some piercing ass eyes. Like, into your soul, baby.
I don't want them looking at me.
Because Scorpios kind of have psychic energy around them, especially Scorpio moons. They tend to see things that most people can't see.
I think I'm a
Guess who's a Scorpio moon?
You.
Me? I don't know. I'm just bullshit.
And that's probably why like my intuition is like through the roof.
Yes.
A lot of things come to me in dreams.
Yeah.
Like stuff will happen, or I literally know like somebody that I wouldn't normally think about on a daily basis. I know that if they come across my mind, they're going through something.
Oh, yeah.
Or something has happened. And then sometimes I have the visual dreams, and then sometimes a lot of stuff comes to me in the shower too. That's why my showers be so long, because I
thought you was in there doing something else in that shower head. I was always wondering what you was doing in that shower.
Is it detachable bed?
Yeah, it is. She was in that water spray that thing.
But he'd be like, because I do spend a lot of time by myself now. Yeah. But it's because I'm constantly like tapping into it. The more time I spend by myself, the stronger my intuition gets.
Oh yeah.
And so that's just why.
And that's the truth. Chloe, my youngest, she's a Scorpio moon. And when we lived in our old house, one day we were walking and she was in her stroller. And we were coming up on a house and she said, watch out. You couldn't hear a thing, you couldn't see a thing. And then suddenly garage door flies open and this car comes barreling out of their driveway. There was like no way to hear or see ahead of time. But she said, watch out, well in advance of this happening. So I stopped to like, what's she talking about? Thank God I stopped.
No, for sure.
Yes. But she's like, watch out. And I told my mom, I said, I don't know what's in this child, but I'm spooked, baby. Pray over this child, okay?
Put some hands on my baby.
And I was telling someone, I was like, kids are born intuitive.
Yes.
It is the parents that close it in
Yeah.
for them. Kids be saying stuff and we be like, you don't know what you're talking about. When they really be knowing what they're talking about. Blake, I'm trying to wait to see if this is gonna come true. But Blake said that he saw some of our friends in the car with a baby girl.
Uh-oh.
So now I'm like,
who pregnant?
Yeah.
They're not pregnant yet, but I feel like if they're pregnant and they end up having, which I feel the same thing about them.
Yeah.
Why
now
you
I'm gonna
putting
be
that on him
like,
I know
he
exactly
probably
what
saw
you're
it.
Yeah.
He probably did saw it because I was like, what? I was like, why did you say that?
He might have.
He was like, I saw them in Uncle. He was like, I saw them in this person's truck. Yeah, he said, I saw them in this person's truck with a baby girl, and I was like, okay, I just left it at that.
Yeah. I understand. But kids be knowing, okay? And Chloe did another thing like that before, to where she was like, watch out. And it was another warning in advance.
Dang.
You know, I was like, I'm just gonna let it ride. You know, whenever she has these little premonitions, I'm gonna heed that. Okay.
Chloe might be
because I was gonna say she's gonna need it when she gets to like college.
Yep,
you know, she end up in places she ain't got no business being at. She gonna know.
For hers, okay, because Savannah's gonna need somebody a little strong around her. That poor child gullible, okay. With it, okay. Like, but Savannah, gullible.
See, there it is. But listen, we ain't gonna hold you too much, Dana, because I'm looking at the time, and boy, we've been on here for a whole hour and some change. Look at us.
But you know, when I get to talking about astrology, I just have a good time.
Nah, this was a ball. I learned so much. I ain't know none of this. I'm talking about I was green to the astrology thing, but I'm happy to know that I'm a slow stroker and not a fast poker.
And it's so, boy, shut up. I was gonna say it's so funny because I know that more and more people are talking about it. And I honestly just think it's just the power of social media and, you know, people speaking about it on there. But this morning I woke up and I got on Instagram and this girl posted, she was like, Mercury must be in renegade or something because I just feel all off. And I messaged her. I said, actually it is.
Yeah, like
that probably does explain it.
Big renegade.
Renegade, as you call it, man.
Big renegade.
Like, and you know, as above, so is below, you know. And so the things that happen in the sky, you'll see it on Earth. You know, we had a Mars transit that happened on the day everybody decided to show their asses at the Capitol. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really wild how you'll see it play out in the news, you know.
Darn, that's what that was one of the questions I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say, can you give us an example of like a major event that happened in relation to the stars and just like what the planets and stuff mean?
The capital stuff.
Oh yeah. I think my favorite though is probably, well, it's not my favorite because boy, it sure did turn us upside down. The pandemic, okay?
Yeah.
Last January, we had an aspect that's only once in a 36 year aspect, which was Saturn and Pluto met at a conjunction. Mm-hmm. And so when, of course, I was telling people about this aspect well in advance, not knowing what it was going to do.
You know what's going to happen, right?
Well, I should have did a little research on when it happened back in the 80s, because when it happened back in 82, it was when the AIDS epidemic reached you know, they named it, you know, it went from being called GRID to AIDS.
Yep.
And that's when it started getting like world news. Well, that same aspect jumped off this pandemic.
Damn.
Yeah.
Didn't even know. That's crazy.
Yeah. And on one of my apps, it was like either CoStar or Astrology.
Yeah.
Or no, CoStar or the Pattern. You know, it'll tell you like when you're about to go through, it'll give you like a world update and it'll tell you like how long the phase is supposed to last or whatever. And last January, on January 1st, it was like something basically like we're about to experience unprecedented times.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And it said that all year. And I was just like, what?
Yes. And it's hard to tell how it will play out because, you know, you sat in on my webinar at the end of 2019 when I was telling y'all like 2020 was kind of crazy, you know,
Mhm.
and I didn't know that it was going to be that crazy, you know.
Crazy.
I saw the aspects and I'm like, well, this is a lot of shit I ain't never seen all happen in 1 year, you know.
So I'm gonna tell y'all this because Dana is the truth, and I don't know if her books will be open after this because I know that she has done chart readings before.
Yeah.
But she did a webinar. It was like December 2019 where she was talking about, you know, what to expect in 2020. And she did say, she was like, your exact words, you said, none of us are leaving 2020 the same way we entered it.
Yes, I did say that. Yes.
Which is 100% true.
Yes.
Nobody's the same.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
What you also said, you said, we're going to have it's going to be like a big death this year, like a big like celebrity death or something like that. 3 weeks later.
Yeah. Kobe.
Bean.
Kobe.
Yeah.
It took Bean.
Yeah, because we had lost Nipsey, and I said it's gonna be bigger than Nipsey.
Yeah.
You know, and not saying that Nipsey's death wasn't big, because
Right.
Go up, okay. But I was like, this is about to be a huge death, male death. I even like specified that it was male.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I didn't realize it was gonna be Kobe, because India like
Mark.
texted me like, remember when you said it was gonna be a male death? And she's like, Kobe died. Kobe who? What? You know, at first I was like, because it was just hard to fathom.
Yep.
You know, but
And then you live with a whole Kobe fan too. Lord Jesus.
yeah,
Big time.
Boy, when I say in mourning, this house was sad. Okay, it was sad. Which I mean, we already had dealt with it when Nipsey died, because will tell you that when Nipsey. Well, before we even found out he died, when I found out he got shot, I was through with, like, my whole Sunday was gone. Okay. I was on the floor just about half dead, because I was like, y'all, he thin. He ain't going to survive these bullet wounds. You know, I was toe up.
Yes, ma'am.
But, we got through it. Hopefully this year we don't have a lot of, and I haven't really looked as hard this year because 2020 just
slowed you down. You like, damn.
I don't even want to know what's coming at this point.
I do know Jupiter enters Pisces this year, and I'm excited about that one. Okay.
Because that is when they're saying that, us Black folks is really supposed to thrive. Like, you remember everybody was talking about December 21st
for your superpower,
and they was like, that's good. They was like, that's good and all.
Yeah,
but it's really gonna start to come to play later in the year.
I'm trying to get my superpower.
And I think we're gonna get out the house a little bit better. I think we're gonna be out a little bit.
But it's funny because my mom, she had a dream, and she was like, I don't know what's going on with COVID, but she was like, I feel like it's just gonna go away. She was like, I had a dream, and she was like, I was just walking around without a mask, and she was like, other people had masks on, but she was like, I just wasn't walking around a mask. And she was like, I woke up feeling like, it's going to come to an end. She was like, but if you read the Bible and you read other things like pandemics and stuff that have happened, she was like, God has cleared it up before. He was like, it's literally gone away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it will be, I say by the end of the year for sure.
Outside
to hug each other again, and that's one thing I miss is like seeing someone and being okay with hugging them. We need that. We need touch. We need each other. We weren't built to be islands. We were built to have each other as humans. So I miss all that human interaction. So I'm ready to get back.
I was thinking this the other day when I was out grocery shopping. Granted, this is definitely a Southern thing because you don't experience this when you go to places like New York.
Yeah.
But I do miss walking around and just greeting people with smiles. Like, just walking through the store, smiling at people. And now I still do it, but they just can't see the smile. All they can see is my eyes, and it's just not the same. Because
got a smile though.
You can change
luckily for my eyes go tight when I smile, like so they know. They're like, oh, yeah, she's smiling.
Yep. But I miss human interaction. I miss smiling at people. I miss shaking hands, hugging babies. Like I miss it all.
Hugging babies.
I miss all that, man. And people are like, I cannot believe how nasty we were pre-pandemic, blowing out candles on cakes. You know what? I know that we probably were a little unsanitary people, but that's how you build up,
Your immune system.
Let's get around each other. I mean, I may not want you to breathe on my cake anymore, but let's not be afraid to be around each other when it's time to get back around each other.
But hey fellas, I want y'all to keep that same energy when y'all get ready to blow on that booty. Don't you do it. Remember, think about blowing on that cake. And if you can blow on the booty, you can blow on the cake. Think about that, all right?
Well, booty's probably, I mean, it should be an isolated area.
It should be an isolated event in an area when they do that, but who knows? You'll never find. Who knows? Who knows? Well, listen, Dana, I appreciate you for coming on. I know India, we both do. We've been, we got all the love for y'all, you and Marcus and the babies, all the love in the world for y'all. So without further ado, I want you to tell the people where they can find you if you want to be found.
Okay, well, I have 2 IG pages, and one's not a ghost page to spy on people. It's the Moon Compass. That's my second page.
Follow it right now.
The Moon Compass.
Yes, the Moon Compass. No spaces, no dashes, no anything. Just the Moon Compass. And then my regular page is at Dana Lashell, and that's Lashell. And on the Moon Compass, I think I do have a link for booking, even though it may shut down for a little while just because I might do some reorgan. But right now it's open, so hit it while it's open. But those are my 2 pages.
And go out there and get your chart read by a real G. Dang, I'm talking about we been down like 4 flats on the Cadillac from way back. You understand me? So go out there and get your chart read. Find out what your moon, Venus, Mercury, stars, Jupiter, Pluto, all that. She tell you everything you need to know about compatibility and everything. India, tell the people where they can find you.
India.Marie on Instagram. Go to Pink Little Birdie Shop on Instagram as well. Actually, just go to pinklittlebirdie.com. You can skip the Instagram page. Just go to pinklittlebirdie.com and buy some stuff.
Listen, you already know you can find your boy, man. Be Love 1911 on all social platforms. Be sure to follow She and Our Podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. Leave us a message, DM us, ask a question. Hit us up on Gmail at Gmail. What the hell? She and Our Podcast.com at gmail.com. You know what I mean? So, man, thank y'all for tuning in, and we appreciate you once again, Dana. All love. So, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime. It's been real. It's been fun. I out.